I didn't see anybody's arms go up, Dan. If it's a touchdown, then
so let's see what they're going to do here.
We missed the line judge signaling it, or the side judge.
It must be a touchdown. It sure looks like that's the way the refs are setting up.
Yeah, we like those guys.
Yeah, it is a touchdown.
Those
Although
guys,
I never saw a ref signal it.
Yeah, you want to be a little more definitive signaling touchdown.
Okay, so they confused us, but it is 6. And here for the extra point, Rodriguez up and through. It is good. And so Pahokee building a 14-6 lead now over the host Glades Central Raiders here at Effie Greer Stadium.
Okay, we're going to see the replay of the touchdown. Now he's got both hands on the ball, which is what he should be doing. And he crossed the plane of the goal line.
And it sure looks like he did that.
He was a yard into the end zone. What's interesting to me is the guys that came into this game with the biggest rep were the defensive line for Glades Central. And I'll tell you right now, the Pahokee front 5 is blocking them. And they're going to have to tear it up a notch if they're going to put any pressure on them. But I think the balance of Pahokee, Dan, is really good right now.
They are playing well, and we saw Blaze Thompson in practice Wednesday this week. And he told me that he thought Glades might be a little bit overconfident. He thought that he had just as many horses on in his corral as the other team, and that they might be in for a little surprise. And thus far, that's exactly how it has gone.
It's interesting to see the different philosophies in pass defense, because Pahokee's in man coverage and Glades in zone all the time.
And Rodriguez with a short kick this time, going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, and getting some room around the right side is number 5, Gregory Dent, and Dent is going to go in for the touchdown. I'm looking for flags. I do not see them. An unbelievable return by Dent. And the Hurricanes are getting quite an athlete in that young man. After getting Travis Benjamin a couple of years ago, they're going back to the well here in Belle Glade.
Now, the official just did a smart thing, Dan. He went over to Dent and said, look, you can't go over there in the fans and start high-fiving everybody, but he didn't call the penalty, and I think that was a great move. The most impressive thing about that run, he literally hurdled somebody and stayed on his feet. You can't blink an eye here, Dan, without something happening.
Unbelievable. And once again, just the whole atmosphere of the place. You can see in the shot, the Pahokee band is standing just off the field. You've got the Glades band off the field. You've got the stands jammed. There are people ringing the stadium along the fences. This is an electric atmosphere for a high school football game.
And is it good or bad tackling, or is it great running? What do you think?
I tell you what, they're not getting a chance to get close enough to tackle. These guys are such great open field runners, in my opinion, that you've got to stop them. You've got to hit them at the point of attack, or they're gone in a lot of cases.
I would agree with you, with the one exception. The free safety for Pahokee is playing 20 yards off the line of scrimmage, and he's got to make that play, because, as I said, when you're in man coverage, you get run off, you got your back turned, and if somebody catches it underneath or runs the ball underneath, you don't have time to come up and make a play. With these guys, you got to have more people going to the ball.
Well, and as a coach, you obviously know how tough it is to prepare for kick coverage against teams like Pahokee and Glade Central. Extra point attempt is good by Edward Alvin.
Now I'm a little surprised there that Coach Hester didn't go for 2. But here comes the replay on the touchdown, and I want you to watch number 5, Gregory Dent, and watch this move right here as the Pahokee tackler puts his head down like that.
Yeah, that was not a great open field tackle.
No, it was terrible, and that's the thing. You know, you want to hit somebody really hard in this game, but that's not going to get the people on the ground.
He led with his elbow, as a matter of fact. Like
exactly.
He was trying to just trip him up.
You've got to make the tackle. And it doesn't matter if he drags you 5 yards, you got to make the tackle.
Right. Well,
Here it is again.
I've seen college teams like my alma mater who are still not very good at tackling.
Well, and that's true. And I think that is a lot attributed to the big hit. The big hit. You know,
Right.
Everybody gets all excited. It's like the block in basketball, the most overrated statistic ever. Hey, make the tackle, period.
I want to take a real quick moment to thank some of our sponsors who made this game possible as we're waiting on the kickoff. The Education Network, the City of Pahokee, J.P. Sasser and Raymond Hamilton. And here is the kick, another short one, taking one hop and is going to be fielded and then brought down very quickly. Nice coverage by Glades that time. I did not get the number of the receiver or the tackler. Sorry, my eyes are going. I'm getting old.
Well, number 48 made the play, and that was a good open field tackle, and that was Jatavius Brown, and he did the right thing. He stayed upright, and he put his head across in front and hung on, and that's what you have to do. Yeah, it's not so much about how hard you hit him; it's whether you get him on the ground or not.
Okay, let me continue with with our sponsors here who made this game possible, and we thank them so much. Lake Okeechobee Outpost, Big Dog Express of South Florida, Diane Walker of the City Council of Pahokee did a great job for us, Tammy Bussey as well. And we'll get back to that after this play. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Back to throw, now keeping it, tucking it, but not going to get far. Maybe 2 yards as the Glades defense swarmed on him that time.
Well, the one thing I've noticed about Johnson in that situation is he definitely wants to run the ball, Dan. He's got people wide open over here on the left side, but when you don't play quarterback a lot, your vision is pretty tunneled. You're looking for alleys to run, and that's a good threat. But I think Glade Central knows this as well as we do, and I think they're going to focus on him running the ball rather than throwing it.
Johnson caught them a little flat-footed on the first series. This time it looks like the defense has adjusted, and they're not going to let him get away with that. Well, that's the end of the first quarter with a wild Muck Bowl, 14-13, and now we're going to get a chance to meet the third member of our broadcast team, Daryl Nail, joining us on the sideline. Daryl.